In this video, we will be demonstrating how to use a Gilson micropipette. A Gilson pipette is an instrument used to measure liquid substances. It measures the units in microliters. Every 1 milliliter equals 1,000 microliters. To change the volume, there is a volume adjuster ring located in the middle gap of the pipette. Each pipette has a specific range that it cannot exceed. For example, P2 cannot exceed any range of volume after 2 microliters. P100 cannot exceed any range of volume after 100 microliters. And P1000 cannot exceed any range of volume after 1,000 microliters. If volume is increased past MAC range, you are at risk of damaging the instrument. By reading the volume of the pipette, the volume is set by turning the volume adjuster ring or the plunger. To decrease the volume, screw the volume adjuster ring or plunger left. To increase the volume, screw the volume adjuster ring or plunger right. By setting the required volume, for example, 50 microliters, you would use P100 because your measurement will be more accurate, which will be shown on the volume indicator as 050. When using P2, the decimal is the third box number, which is red. P1000, the decimal is the first box number, which is red. Any red number indicates a decimal. The dashes in the third number box indicate even numbers. The space in between the dashes indicate odd numbers. For example, using a P1000 pipette, setting 552 will be displayed as 055, and the first dash to the left of the 5 is 2. When holding the pipette, you should hold it where the volume indicator is facing away from you. Keep in mind, your thumb should be lined up with the plunger button and tip ejector. Applying the tip, make sure your tips are sterilized in their proper container. Each tip is labeled by its range for the maximum volume of the pipette. When applying the tip, be mindful not to force the tip, but press firmly to secure the tip onto the pipette. Forcing the tip, you are at risk of damaging the pipette. Be aware of handling the pipette because solution could be contaminated. Before collecting the solution, make sure the pipette is set to the desired volume. After the volume is set, it's time to collect. Press the plunger down to the first stop before putting the tip into the solution. After gathering the solution, release the plunger slowly from the first stop to prevent air bubbles. Do not let the plunger snap back after collecting solution. If the plunger snaps, this can cause damage to the barrel. Be cautious not to lay down the pipette while liquid is in the tip. By laying down the pipette, this may cause damage to the barrel and contamination with future experiments. Pressing the plunger down to the second stop releases all liquid from the tip. Pushing the tip ejector releases the tip. Make sure you put the tip into a waste beaker or container after use. Never reuse the same tip when dealing with different solutions.